everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, chord progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Thank you, Sera Jo, for that wonderful rendition of the song One by Esperanza Spaulding. Okay, and now we have a lot of things to do today. I would like to start with chromatic scales, and then also I have prepared some scale and solfege workouts that include all the modes. We're going to start with all the major modes, and then we're going to go to altered modes, even modes of the harmonic minor scale and hybrid scale. So that's going to be a wonderful exploration. Some students have been asking me about secondary dominance. Yeah, secondary dominance. So we're going to explore secondary dominance. And that's going to be something different. And also, I would like to continue with our workout on intervals. Intervals seem to me is like the basics of almost everything I do. You know, in how I construct my voicings, my chords, my chord progressions, my melodies. You know, kind of a layer. If I go down a perceptual layer, I'm going to be dealing pretty much with two elements. One is intervals, and the other one is just the name of the scale, scales related to language or to movable do solfege. So why don't we start? Why don't we start? And here we go. So we are going to start with our chromatic scales. And I love to work with chromatic scales. Why? Because just in one pass, we're going to be dealing with the whole movable do solfege system. Okay, let me see if this is loud enough. Maybe I can boost up my piano. Okay, that's good enough. So we're gonna play a bass note, and we're gonna keep that as a pedal. And with the other hand, we're gonna play our scales going to go up and down. And I'm going to play the scale down an octave just because of the camera. And we're going to play and sing. So let's pay attention to the ascending syllables, which are different than the descending syllables. Do, ti, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, re, ra, do. Okay. And now we're going to go to another level. So foundational level is we're just playing and singing at the same time. So we are concerned into creating a memory, a musical memory. So now I want to go to another level. And here we're going to use key signatures. So there is something that we're going to be using now from now on in this class. We're going to explore two ways of reading. One is using the traditional major and minor polarity key signatures, yeah? And we're going to continue to do that. And the other one is going to be open key signatures. It's almost like everything looks in the key of C, yeah? And it's just using individual accidentals. Many composers, because their music is so chromatic, yeah, and also they are just floating from modal centers to seeming key centers. You know, they cannot justify even a single key. They're just morphing. Yeah, so that's why they use open key signatures. Yeah, that happened in 20th century classical music, and also in some contemporary jazz composers. I think Duke Ellington started to work like that too. Okay, so now we have the key signature of A major. We're going to take it to another level. You can see here Lee has a double sharp, so we're going to get used to that. We're going to take it to another level because we're going to be touching the keys, but we're not going to play them. We're going to sing. So that implies that our musical memory in relationship to the chromatic scale of A is already set up, yeah, or a bit mature. Okay, so here we go. We're going to touch the keys, but we're not going to play, but we're going to sing. Do, ti, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Okay, I'm not a singer, but it doesn't matter. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, re, ra, do. Okay, great. So now we're going to move on. We're going to go back to open key signatures, but now we're going to work in bass clef. So we are going to play a major triad in one moment. We're going to play a major triad with our right hand. And we're going to play a bass line with our left hand. And in this case, we're going to go back to foundational level. So we are back into our main goal is just to develop that musical memory in our whole mind-body system. So we're going to be singing and playing at the same time. So here we go. Do, ti, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, re, ra, do. Okay, good. So now we're going to go to another level. So in order to do that, we're going to go to, and we're going to use traditional key signatures now in bass clef. So again, we're going to play our major triad, and now we're going to just touch the keys. Why touching the keys? Because we still want to develop the kinesthetic with auditory association, yeah, of how every single note sounds like and feels like, yeah, inside of us. Yeah, so we just play the beginning note, and we're gonna touch the notes, but we're not gonna play them. We're gonna sing. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, good. This is a nice warm-up. Okay, some of my students were asking me, were writing me, Carlos, why don't we do fixed do? Well, I used to do fixed do when I was 15 years old, when I was back in the National Conservatory, but since then I left it. I'm not doing fixed do anymore. Why am I doing movable do? It's just because, the type of music I write, the type of music I teach, I love to work with a chord scale harmony. I'm not gonna say contemporary harmony because a lot of my classical colleagues will feel insulted. But a chord scale harmony or jazz harmony, even I don't wanna say jazz harmony anymore. Why? Because chord scale harmony has so many applications for film, orchestra. One of these days, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring a score that I did many years ago. I did for Camerata Caribe when I was a student. It's a wonderful classical quintet, in Puerto Rico. And I wrote the whole thing using chord scale harmony, but for classical musicians. So I would like to talk about that piece. I think that would be interesting. Okay, so good. What else? I want to do one more thing, in scales. I don't want to move on from our scale. I want to work with, okay, one moment. What have I done? Okay, good. So, what I have here is a major scale. Nevertheless, what comes up is all the major modes in modal interchange, which is, we're gonna play major, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixo, Aeolian, and Phrygian, and we're gonna sing them using solfege. Above, you have what's the chords related to that scale. In chord scale harmony, that's called chord pairing. So you're gonna connect a chord scale with a chord. Which is, that concept is completely foreign to the traditional four-part harmony. That many of us had to go in school. It's different. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn to sing our scales. We're just gonna go up and down. Okay. So here we go. And I'm gonna play a voicing. And then we're gonna sing the scale going up and down. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re. And now we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to Dorian mode. Okay, Dorian mode, and we have our Dorian scale or mode, and then we have the chord pairing. We have a minor 7, minor 7, 9, minor 7, 11, 9, and even a minor 7, 13, 9. And all of those are our possibilities for chord pairing. So now we're gonna sing the Dorian mode up and down. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, descending. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And moving on. I wanna go now to Phrygian mode. So we have our Phrygian mode. Do, ra, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Cluster. Cluster is our secret weapon. And we're gonna chord pairing. What are the chords that we're gonna connect with our Phrygian mode? We can have a minor chord. We cannot have a minor with a 9th because we have a flat 9, but we can have an 11th, and that's about it. But nevertheless, for me, are way more interesting those 3 chords, which are the sus4 with 9, in sus4 with a sharp 9. Connected with the Dorian mode. And we are going to sing. Do, ra, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Descending. Do, te, le, sol, fa, mi, ra, do. It's very nice, almost like gives us the flamenco style. Yeah, flamenco vibe. Now we're gonna go to Lydian mode. I love Lydian mode because just that one note. Sharp 11, it opens up a huge door of possible chord pairings. So we have a Lydian mode, do, re, mi, fi, sharp 11, sol, la, ti, do. And what are our possibilities? We can have a major 7, major 6, we can have a major 7 with a 9, major 6, 9. We can have a major 7, sharp 11. We can have a major 6, 9 with a sharp 11. Now we all have here in the very last one, we can have a major 7, 13, sharp 11 with a 9. Okay, all those cool chords, yeah, that we can connect with the scale. So now we're gonna sing our scale. Do, re, mi, fi, sol, la, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, la, sol, fi, mi, re, do. I was emphasizing the fi. Yeah, so that's the color note, yeah, that we're going to emphasize. Now, moving on. Mixolydian mode. In Mixolydian mode, we have a flat 7, te. So we have a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Bam, cluster. Okay, cluster, secret weapon. Now, above we have the chord pairing. And we have two types of chords with Mixolydian, which are interesting. We have the dominant, but we have the sus4 dominants. Yeah, and many people don't realize, yes, we can have the whole family of sus4 dominants going on at the same time. Okay, so what are the chords with Mixo? Why don't we sing the Mixolydian mode first? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Descending. Do, te, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Cluster. That's what I have my students do. Okay, so we have a dominant 7 chord. We can have a dominant 7 with 9. And we can add the 13 on top. Yeah, those are my 3 possibilities. Now I have my sus4 possibilities with the Mixolydian mode. I have a sus4 with 9, and a sus4 with 9 and 13. Yeah, so those are interesting, very interesting chords. And moving on, I have my Aeolian mode. And here I have my do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do, cluster. And we're gonna sing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Do, te, le, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And together. And our possibility would be for chord pairing a minor 7. Yes, we have a 9, and we have a 11th. Yeah, so that's our possibility. There are other possibilities too. Could I pair a sus4 7 chord with this one? Actually, I could. I haven't written there, but then we would have a. Let's check it out. What would be our possibilities? Our possibilities would be a 9. The me, because we have the F as a chord tone, the me could actually be sounding almost like a sharp 9 on a sus4. Yeah? A little bit of what we had on Phrygian mode. Yeah, so this is I know some jazz theoreticians will be horrified, yeah, by me, changing the meaning of those notes. But I love to do that, and it helps me in the way I kind of organize my whole harmonic system. Okay, one more, Locrian mode. So we have a flat 2, we have a flat 5. Those are the color notes. Okay, so we're gonna build our scale. We're gonna sing. Do, ra, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, la, si, fa, mi, ra, do. Let's do it again because this is a new scale. Do, ra, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, si, fa, mi, ra, do. Cluster. Okay, so chord pairing. We can have a minor 7 flat 5. And we can add an 11th to that chord. And even a flat 13. Yeah, and then we can have those nice sonorities. By the way, it wouldn't be great to do this in all 12 keys. Yes, it would be great. And that's something I'm planning to do. Yeah, so get ready. Every single week, I want to go through all the modes, major modes to start with. Then we're going to do the minor or altered modes. Then I want to explore the modes of the harmonic minor scale, like the ultra Locrian and all those, yeah? And they are not, people seems like they already forgot about them, and they are there, yeah? And they not only can benefit us, melodically, but also harmonically with all the unique chord pairings, yeah, that we can have, yeah? Okay, so, and fun to continue our adventure. Okay, I want to jump around. I don't want to go to theory only. I want to jump into more practical stuff, and then I'm going to go back to theory. Then I want to jump back into practical stuff. So how about I want to do intervals, but before we do intervals, I want to do some Latin piano. I want to do some merengue piano. That brings me great memories when I used to play merengue 5 nights a week. One, two, 1, 2. Okay, good. I heard that you could not hear my voice, but now you can hear my voice. Okay, so again, that was example 24, page 33 of my book, Merengue Piano Styles. And this style is a syncopated style, pambiche. So what do we have here? We're in the key of C minor. Oops, my piano now is really loud. Okay, one moment, I have to even out. And we have a 4 to 1. And then we have a G, yeah, G major, so that's a harmonic minor scale. And then we have the pattern in a tenths, yeah. Let's practice. Yeah, I have to practice too. I forgot about this pattern. I was just reading it. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna practice once more. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and now we're gonna go to 180 beats per minute. So that's gonna be slower. Let me fast forward. So we're gonna practice. Let's get that pattern intense. Okay, so we have our pattern intense. And let's practice now with it, with the track. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now we are going to practice without the piano, just bass and percussion. Also, for everybody, I would like you to see how even within that same style, we have a sub-style, you know, how it divides itself, yeah? So between the first and second sections, I would like you to pay attention to the conga and the tambora. And even the guira, I think the guira pattern changes. Okay, so here we go. We're going to practice now without piano, just bass and percussion. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and now we are going to practice at 248 beats per minute, but without piano, just bass and percussion. Okay, so let's see if we can do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, hope that you enjoy that merengue piano section. And now I would like to go back to chords. I want to work with intervals. So intervals, and here we go. Intervals. Why intervals? Why? Because intervals are kind of the basis of everything. Yeah, so let's say we're in the key of A, yeah, and by the way, in intervals, we are working with a distance, and we're gonna see intervals in a different way that you probably see it in any school, any course, yeah. In most schools that I know of, Intervals are taught in relationship to a key center or to a scale, or sometimes even a chord. Yeah, we're gonna erase all of that. Yeah, we're gonna see intervals as little space entities, independent. And because they are little space entities independent of any key, they can relate and they can become like a machine language element, yeah, of any chord, in any key, in any note, anything, yeah, in any bass line, any melody. Yeah, so we're gonna work with intervals, always from a minor second all the way to major 13th, ascending and descending. Good. We have been working with our intervals so far, close position intervals. Close position intervals are from a minor second to a major 7th, ascending and also descending. Yeah, and we have been doing that for a few weeks. Now we're gonna do something else. We're gonna start with our extended intervals. Yes, we're gonna explore our flat 9s, 9, sharp 9s, 11s, sharp 11s, flat 13s and 13s. Yeah, that's gonna be very important. Nevertheless, the way we're gonna work with extended intervals is gonna be different. And for this I need to expand. I'm gonna zoom out. Yeah, why zooming out? Because instead of playing a, let's say like in this case, a flat 9 interval, minor 9th interval, like an octave in a minor second, we're gonna expand. Yeah. On close position intervals, I had you practicing with one hand and shifting hands and shifting positions on the keyboard, isn't it? Okay. So now we're gonna do something else. We're gonna be expanding. You know, we're gonna use two hands, and the two hands are gonna expand or are gonna contract. Yeah. So a flat 9 interval can be played like this, can be played like this, can be played like this, even can be played like this. Yeah. And we're gonna work on that. Okay, so everything ascending. So follow me. C. See, I'm already using 2 octaves. Yeah, and that's fine. F. B flat. E flat. A flat. D flat. A flat. Oops, no, after D flat, G flat. Okay, B, E, A, D, G, and C. Okay, so why am I expanding the interval like this? Is also to be able to use them when I play open voicing. So if I have a C, yeah? I can have here my 3, flat 7, I can have a 9, I can have a 13, I can have a sharp 11, I can have a flat 9, and I can have a flat 13 here on top. Yeah, and so I should be able to see those extended intervals so that I can create my orchestrations on the piano. Okay, so now I want to move on, and we're going to do descending minor 9s. Okay. So ascending extended intervals is kind of obvious. Yeah, so the usefulness. Why do we need ascending intervals? Well, because let's say that we have a bass, you know, something in the bass, you know, we're in the key of G. Yeah, and we can be constructing chords. Okay, I have my flat 3, flat 5, my flat 7. I can have an 11, I can have a 9. And maybe I even can have a major 13. Yeah. And that would be actually very appropriate. Yeah, appropriate to the way of using intervals ascending. But how about descending? Okay, how about if I have this D flat? If I can see my intervals descending, I can see all the possibilities of harmonization of this D flat is my melody note. So my D flat can be an 11th in this chord. It can be a sharp 11 in this G chord. How about it can be a 9 in this chord? It can be a 5 in this chord with inversion. Yeah, I'm in kind of a G flat-ish with my major 7 in the bottom, yeah? It can be a 13th in this chord on E. It can be the major 7 in this chord. And so on, yeah? So the possibilities of harmonizing a melody notes almost becomes endless, yeah? But in order to do that, we need a certain perceptual skill. And that perceptual skill would be to learn to visualize all our intervals descending. Yeah, and that's what we're doing this practice. Okay, so same thing. Our intervals, our flat 9 can be like this. We're gonna play like this. We're gonna play like this. We're gonna play like this. Okay. So, and I wanna change cycles. Cycle of fifths. Yeah, cycle of fifths. Let's do it. So C, so everything is descending. So C is my melody note and then a flat 9 below. So a flat 9 in relationship to the C. So that's a minor second plus an octave or 2, 3, 4 octaves. So here we go. C, G, D, A, E, B, G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, and C. Okay, so I hope that you enjoy this interval workout. It's something I do with all my students, yeah, and it's a wonderful thing to do. So I want to do one more thing. I want to do voicings, tension substitution voicings. And then I want to do a salsa workout in 3/2 clave. So let's do some voicings first. Yeah. So this is an interesting chord. This is a major 7 with a 9 and a 13th. But the configuration of this chord is going to be still 4 notes, and we're going to substitute a chord tone for an extension. So that the name of this technique is tension substitution. Yeah, because we're substituting a chord tone for an extension. So let me play, and by the way, this is in first inversion. So let me start in first inversion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the root and I'm going to move it to the 9. I'm going to take the 5 and I'm going to move it to the 13th. Yeah, and this is a very possible voicing that actually I see very few people are taking advantage of it. Whenever we have a major scale with a major 7 chord pairing, or even a Lydian mode with a major 7, yeah, we can use this voicing, and it sounds really nice. Yeah, in the lower end, mid lower end. So we're gonna use 2 levels again. A first level, foundational level, we're just gonna build it. And then application level, we're gonna play, and we're gonna just play without building it. Bam, bam, bam. We're just gonna go from key to key. Yeah, so foundational level, the most important one. Always goes first. Why most important? Because it's the level that actually creates the musical memory in our mind-body system. So here we go. We're gonna build our chords, key of C. We're gonna sing ascending, mi, la, ti, re. Mi, la, ti, re. And I'm using this cycle. I don't know why did I put it there. I was gonna use another one, but it's already there. Okay, it's a minor third descending cycle. So let's go to A. Mi, la, ti, re. And let's go to G flat. Mi, la, ti, re. E flat. Mi, la, ti, re. B. Mi, la, ti, re. A flat. Mi, la, ti, re. F. Mi, La, Ti, Re. And let's go to D. Mi, La, Ti, Re. B flat. Mi, La, Ti, Re. G. Mi, La, Ti, Re. And let's go to E. Mi, La, oops. Mi, La, Ti, Re. D flat. Mi, La, Ti, Re. And we end on C. Okay, so this is the foundational level. Now we're gonna go to application. Application would mean that I already know this chord. I already can build it, so I'm just gonna play it. Yeah, and I'm gonna use this inversion, and I'm gonna use different ways of practicing this chord, and I'm gonna also use different cycles. So how about if we use this cycle of major thirds ascending? So we have major thirds: C, E, A flat, D flat, F, A, D, G flat, F sharp, or B flat, E flat, G, B, and then C. And there are several ways of practicing. One way would be we're gonna play the root on the left, and we're gonna play the voicing on the right, and we're just gonna go through the cycle. Yeah, so I'm not gonna play too fast. So here we go together. C, E, A flat, D flat, F, A, D, G flat, B flat, E flat, G, B, and C. Okay, so now we need to practice our left hand. Yeah, we're gonna practice our left hand. What can we do? For our left hand, we're gonna play a kind of a stride. But we're gonna change cycles. Why changing cycles all the time? Number one, it is fun. Yeah, it keeps us perceiving things differently all the time, which is something I like very much. Okay, so we're gonna play the root. So imagine if we're in 4/4, we would play the root on beat 1, and then the chord on beat 3. Yeah, but not necessarily so, but that would be one way of doing it. So here we go, slowly. C, chord, A flat, E, B, G, E flat, B flat, G flat, D, A, F, D flat, and C. Okay, and there is one more way that I like to practice my left hand chords, which is the chord on the root, and then the root. I'm gonna take the root and I'm gonna put it up on the melody. And let's go to, no, let's do another cycle. How about this cycle? We don't do the cycle too much. It's the cycle of augmented fourths. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so the chord is going to be on the left hand, the voicing, and the root is gonna be play this melody with the right hand. So why don't we take it together slowly? C, G flat, D flat, G, D, A flat, E flat, A, E, B flat, F, B, and C. Okay, I want to say something about orchestration. Yes, in jazz, well, in contemporary music orchestration, yeah, especially based with chord scale harmony, yeah, we're careful about that, this flat 9 interval. Yeah, so we should be careful with that one. Yeah, I'm using it, number one, because I'm just practicing, and I'm conscious about this, this sonority. Yeah, the problem in music is not when we use something or when we don't use something. It's when we're unconscious about something. Yeah, so we end up using something and we're not even don't have a clue that we're using it. Yeah, but if we're very conscious and our awareness develops, our musical awareness and our musical perceptions becomes so keen that can perceive not only the colors but even the interaction of musical colors, then pretty much you can do whatever. Yeah, then you can paint. You're painting at that level. Okay, excellent. So I want to do one more thing. One more thing. Maybe we are barely with time because I have another class that I have to teach. Here we have this minor blues progression. And last week we created a montuno pattern on the 5th. Yeah, and I'm gonna just recap because that montuno pattern was in 2-3 clave. So, doing that montuno in 2-3 clave, we ended up emphasizing a downbeat on the first measure, on the measure with the 2 clave hits. Yeah, 1. Okay, now we're gonna switch the clave. We're gonna work in 3-2 clave. So now the downbeat is gonna be on the 3 side of the clave. So it's gonna be 1, bam. Yeah, so here we go. 1, did you hear it? Boom, bam. Okay. Yeah, so we are gonna emphasize, the downbeat. Yeah, the downbeat still is gonna be on the 2, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. The downbeat is gonna be still on the 2 side of the clave, yeah? So an upbeat is gonna be on the 3 side of the clave, which is gonna be on beat 1. Yeah, so I should have written this, it's gonna be 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Instead of 2-3, it's gonna be 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. Yeah, so I'm gonna play slowly in a 3-2 clave pattern. A 1, 2, 3, and downbeat, 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 downbeat. Okay, so we're doing this starting from the 5th. You know, next week maybe we should do this montuno starting from the root, starting from the 3rd, starting from the flat 7, and creating a nice voice leading, melody using that. So why don't we start again? 3-2 clave. A 1, 2, 3, and 1. Downbeat. Downbeat. Okay, now we're gonna work with some backup tracks in 3/2 clave. We're gonna start slowly. Yeah, we're gonna start slowly, and let me, since we don't have too much time, just gonna repeat this twice. Yeah, this chord progression twice. 135 beats per minute. Okay, I had to adjust my volume level. Okay, I hope everything is going fine. Now we're gonna play same thing in 145 beats per minute. 3/2 clave. And here we go. Okay, now we're gonna move on. For some reason, I'm hearing my drum track. For some reason, I hear it a little bit more pan to one side. Let's hear it. No, it's right in the middle. So I'm just imagining it. Okay, we're gonna move on. Let's move to 155 beats per minute. 3/2 clave, and here we go. Okay, now let's take it up another notch. We're gonna go to 165 beats per minute. 165 beats per minute. And here we go. And why not? Let's take it up another notch. Let's go 175 beats per minute. Yeah, so it's going to be a bit trickier. And here we go. was nice. Yeah, so we completed. We did our minor blues progression in 3 clave starting from the 5th. Yeah, so we're gonna explore different montuno lines on different chord tones. Actually, that would be something very, very useful. Okay, excellent. And I think it's time now. Time to say goodbye until next week. So, thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're going to continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week, practice your instrument every day, and listen and play lots of good music. See you next week.